What's up, y'all? It's your Master Lee.
And Lulu.
All right, I cannot believe all this time we had not reacted to David Chappelle yet. Especially since I love him. He was actually the first comic stand-up that I saw live.
Really?
And it wasn't even on purpose. He just happened to be playing the set when I was in New York City. We walked in a comedy club because it was on, like, it was literally downstairs from our building. It was half off. And the dude was funny as
Hilarious.
fuck. And back then, no one knew who he was, but I instantly knew potential.
You could have asked for his signature, huh?
Back then, I was like, dude, he's playing at a comedy club that was half full on a weeknight and half off in price. And maybe he goes somewhere, maybe he didn't. I didn't think much of it. But here he is on Saturday Night Live again, doing his hot takes right after a presidential election. I cannot believe they gave him 17 minutes to do this. This is like a full comedy set. There must be some juicy stuff here. Now, here's the thing, all right? I'm just going to say this up front. Whether you agree with President Trump being in office, whether you agree with Dave Chappelle's take on that scenario, because, you know, he's going to get into it. The whole point is to enjoy his hot takes. Let's hear what Dave has to say, because I don't agree with him 100% on a lot of things, but nonetheless, I love the way he weaves stories together. He's gotten good at that. He's really good at that.
All right.
By the way, when you hear some more cool commentary, make sure you subscribe to this channel.
And if you want some honeys, check out my fantasy show, Only for My Fans.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Chappelle!
I have to admit, this is one show I would love to go see live. I've never seen an SNL show live before. Seen a lot of other shows live in New York.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Turn this up. I can't hear. Thank you, guys.
He wants to hear himself.
Boy, I got to tell you guys something. I'm being very honest. I am in quite the pickle tonight. And it started in October. Lauren Michaels called me, and he asked me to do Saturday Night Live, the first episode after the election. And I was like, nah, man, I'm cool. And he was like, why not? And I was like, man, you know, things are going good. I finished my Netflix deal. I got all this money and stuff. And he's like, oh, man, no, come on, please. And I said, I tell you what, just to get off the phone, I go, you know what I'll do? I said, just save the date closest to January 6th. And then the date started rolling around, and in December, he started calling me again. And again, I was like, nah, man, I don't want to do it. And this goes on for like weeks and weeks. And then finally, you know, I go, you know what? I could just get rid of all these old Trump jokes and start fresh. I said, you know what? I'll do it. Thank you. Here we all are.
He's basically already just taken 2 minutes telling why he's there. Basically, who gives somebody this much time? Most of these intro monologues last 2 minutes long in SNL, and
They're
that's
like,
it.
Right
in,
yeah.
Right? But I love it. He's taking his time. I'm already hooked. I'm like, where are you going with this?
The moment I said yes, LA burst into flames.
Oh, that was sad.
You got jokes about that?
And it's a tough one. You know what I mean? Because I'm tired of being controversial. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. And it is way too soon to do jokes about a catastrophe like that.
But he's got one.
You know what's crazy about it is this one hits close to home. Now, I don't live in L.A. And I've never been like a big fan of L.A., but I've built many, many memories there. And I have great friends there. And a lot of them lost their homes. Carrie Elways, who I starred in Robin Hood Men in Tights with, his house burned to the ground. Mad Lib, who was on Saturday Night Live with me last time I was here, his house burnt to the ground. So many people, I can go on and on. My first movie I did with Dennis Quaid, I saw him evacuating his house on the news with tears in his eyes, and it broke my heart. And then I go on the internet, and I watch these fire videos, and I read the comment sections, and everyone's like, yeah, it serves these celebrities right. I hope their houses burn down. And you see that?
Whoa.
That right there? That's why I hate poor people.
Oh my God.
Because they can't see past their own pain. The other day on the news, they said that these fires were the most expensive tragedy that ever happened. Natural disaster. They said it's the most expensive natural disaster that's ever happened in the United States history.
Really?
And you want to know why I think that is? Because people in LA have nice stuff. I could burn 40,000 acres in Mississippi for like $600 or $700.
You know, that's a very fair assessment. If this whole area of Las Vegas burned down, it would not even equal one house in LA. That's how expensive
the worth
it was.
of their
Oh
lot
my God.
and
$1
everything.
million house doesn't even exist in LA like anymore.
And now we watch the news or talk to my friends. They all have these conspiracy theories of what started these fires. Now, they say it's arsonists. I've heard this theory, and I'm sure there were some arsonists, but there were a lot of elements that came together to make this fire the catastrophe that it was.
It wasn't just one
100
fire.
miles an hour. LA was dry as a bone in the levees, and there was just too many factors. If you were a rational thinking person, you have to at least consider the possibility that God hates these people. Sodomites. And that's not true because West Hollywood was unscathed.
Ooh.
Because how can you burn what is already flaming?
Controversy.
Now we get there. A lot of poor people were affected too. A lot of just regular working class families were affected too. And a lot of those families found out the week of the fires that they lost their health, not their health, their fire insurance. But either way, Luigi is like, you're welcome. You know Luigi killed him.
I didn't get that part.
And that
I don't
kid
get that
did
one.
almost playing like the perfect crime. He did everything right. He planned everything perfectly. Only thing he forgot was to shave his eyebrows. As soon as I saw him on the news, I was like, yeah, that's him.
Oh, was that the arsonist?
Finally, they're getting in front of it. This week, thank God, these fires subsided. And not without help. A lot of countries pitched in. Canada sent planes that helped us out, and Mexico sent firefighters. And Trump was like, make sure they leave when they finish.
Is that real?
I don't think it was, but he's booting
Trump's a
everyone
wild
else
guy.
out.
He's a wild guy. I'll tell you something he did that made me crazy when he was running for president. When he was running for president, he said this at a debate. He said the Haitians in Springfield, Ohio, were eating people's dogs and cats. That really upset me because I live in Ohio. In fact, I live, what's up, Ohio? I live one town over from Springfield. Now, those of you who are from Ohio, I hope you know that's not what's happening in Springfield at all. What happened in Springfield is a lot of jobs went away. 20,000 Haitian immigrants were moved there by our government legally, and they pay market value for their rents, and they saved a lot of companies because they did jobs that the whites weren't doing. It's not that the whites couldn't do these jobs, but they were busy, doing other things. Heroin, sleeping on the streets, you know what it is. And those communities are immigrant communities who tend to be very successful. They don't come to America to not be rich. And when he said that community caught hell. There was like a jealousy that ran through the community, and there was nothing I could do about it. But because I was famous, I said, well, let me just be supportive. So every day, for like 10 days, I would drive a few miles over to Springfield and eat lunch at the Haitian restaurant and let them know, if I'm safe here, you guys are definitely safe here. And to be honest with you, I don't know what that beat was. But whatever it was, it fell right off the bone, I'll tell you that.